Alright guys, hello, how are you doing today? I'm doing fantastic. So my buddy told me about this game called Moonlighter, where you play as a merchant who owns a store called the Moonlighter. You go into dungeons at night, you kill monsters, get their materials and resources, I guess, they drop, and then you sell them in your shop the next day. I've played this a little bit just to test it out, get used to it. The game is extremely difficult. We are going to start a new game. I just started this one last night, played for about 25 minutes, so I'll be able to go through the main story, the first opening bit in this first video. Sorry about the yawn. So I'll be going through the first opening bit in this first video. I think I'm gonna play on hard is difficult. Like, hard is actually difficult. Original difficulty created by the developers. It's normal. Hard is normal. Oh. No, I can't. You know what? Fine. I can always change the difficulty if I want to. So, I love this game. It's done in pixel art. Among the stars of the night, there is a land as old as imagination. Oh, here's my town. One night, mazes full of extraordinary treasures and deadly creatures appeared in this land. They called them the dungeons, strange, ever-changing ruins of unknown lands. Soon, a village of the slightly curious took root near the dungeons. This they named Rhinoka. Among the settlers, two groups shined brightest, heroes and merchants, glory and riches. But the dungeons proved too dangerous. They were soon closed as too many lives were lost in their depths. Life became hard for the town, especially for the young owner of the oldest shop, the Moonlighter. Long dreaming of opening the mysterious fifth door of the dungeons. Okay, I guess that was long dreaming of opening the door of the fifth dungeon. So, let's get started, shall we? So here's the first dungeon. Technically, this is the tutorial dungeon. So this is the tutorial dungeon. You go through this one, and then there's one more dungeon after this, and then it's all procedurally generated. Dodge roll over the gaps. Dodge roll past enemies. Dodge roll past enemy attacks. Come on. Hey, I got more jelly this time. I'm gonna try to gather... Did I get 5 this time? So... when can I open my inventory? I know they gave me the opportunity to... This might be the only chance I get. There it is. I died. Oh no. You're not supposed to be able to defeat this. I'm sorry that I didn't talk during all of that. It's difficult to talk and do action at the same time. You were meant to die there. The longest I've ever lasted is probably about 3 minutes in there. You're not supposed to be able to win. They literally just keep spawning. Rest for a bit. Will, I have you now. That is an old man. He seems to want to help Will out, who Will is the main character, if you hadn't guessed this yet. Oh, look at our cute little shop. Xenon. Even as a mere child, bravely able to walk, you were curious of the dungeons. Alright. There is no doubt you carry the same obsession as old Pete. Morning, boy. Did our little merchant bite off more than he could manage? Will, listen to me. The hard truth is this. You are the last of your family. The only one left to run Moonlighter. You can't keep pushing yourself like this. Risking your life on this fifth door nonsense is foolish. Just leave it. Find some artifacts, then use your pendant to get out of the dungeon. And for Crater's sake, stop using that broom of yours, you daft boy. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. The common video game trope, it's dangerous to go alone. It's mine from back in the day. Use it. I have little need for it now. Awesome. I get a sword and shield. This guy obviously didn't do much adventuring because it's not upgraded at all. Now then, get up. You're wasting light. Can't have you neglect the shop all day. Let's see if I can get it through your head. Wait. Get through your head some of the tricks. Fridge. Let's see if I can get through your hard head some of the tricks that I picked up from your grandfather so many years ago. Okay. Let's see. Successfully selling your merchandise takes knowledge of two things. You must know an item's value, as well as its demand. Come now, open the shop up, and let all the customers in. Let's see what they think of this. Hey, it's a good price. Did you see that? Best expression you can hope for. The item wasn't too expensive for them, and not so cheap for you to lose profit. Not that that means anything, really. Be sure to pay attention to your customers' expressions. That's how your grandfather always knew if his prices were fair. Because the customer would be honest about how much money they could spend, or are willing to spend. I don't think I need to tell you how that item was obviously overpriced. Lesson learned. Finally, be careful of selling a popular item too much. If you flood the market, you will have to offer cheaper prices for your wares. Point is, charge higher when something is in high demand and in low supply. Take out your merchant notebook. It should hold all of the information you have gathered on discovered wares and artifacts. 107 is too high. Would seem the sun has fallen for the day. I best head off. You will pick up more on your own. Restoring this shop to its full glory, that responsibility falls to you, not I. It's in your blood, Will. Make us proud. In the meantime, why don't you try out that new sword of yours? Dungeons are more perilous at night, but one can always find better artifacts. Just don't dive too far, and use that pendant, boy. Alright, I'll use this pendant. Go now. Go on now. These weary bones of mine must rest. I'm so excited. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. I can bring them with me. I assume I can bring them with me. It says companion. So now I go into the golem dungeon. Oh, I can see the... Oh, right. This isn't even a real dungeon either. This is a set dungeon. It's not procedurally generated in any way. So let's go and fight things. Getting twigs, which I assume are their legs. Iron rod, please. I'm gonna go this way so as to possibly get some gel. Yeah. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So keep an eye out for sparkles. Not that that helps me in any way, shape, or form, but you know, sparkles in the black abyss here will tell you if I can jump down or not. Oh, what's this? Oh. To a person of hopefully far better luck than I, my time is short. I took injury from those strange creatures across the room. My pendant all but shattered from the scuffle. Check him out, though. I'd say I fared better than he. He caught me spying on him near the Guardian's room. He dropped a couple items when he fled, one of which was this map? Diagram? Whatever it is, I was right. They called me crazy, said old Crazy Pete done gone lost his marbles. But I was right. Each guardian of a dungeon must possess a key of sorts, all of them linked to that giant locked door outside the dungeons, the 5th door of Rhinoka. Sadly, I won't be around to see the door open. To whoever found me, I apologize for the smell. But the diagram should be around here somewhere. Please, open the 5th door of Rhinoka. These dungeons are not what they seem. Look, there's his pendant, right there. That's his pendant. It's on the ground. I'm standing on it. It's broken. Big boss gonna kill me. I supposed to let them all out. Now have to taste this weird creature that stole my stuffs. Ah, big boss gonna be so upset with little me. Interesting that they know English. Oh, the first dungeon, second dungeon's over to the right. Okay. And now that I have all the materials, I can head back to my house. I like that you get absorbed into the goop. Go to town. You get absorbed into the goop like forms around you and then teleports you out. It's kind of you seem to be going into a different dimension. Honestly. Ah, the young proprietor of Moonlighter has returned. You look intact. Finally learned to use that pendant properly. And it's about time, boy. What are you holding? Is that a chart of the dungeons? Where did you get this? You found old Pete. Dead. See? This is what happens when you chase what's behind that door. Leave it, Will. Just get the artifacts you need from the Golem dungeon, and look after Moonlighter. Now, I noticed some posts on the town board that may interest you. Some shops want to move in, attempt to revitalize this town. Apparently, they need some startup capital first. Would be nice to see some new life in Rhinoka. Nice indeed. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to attempt to sell things right now. First, let's adjust this price down to 100. And this twig can be sold for 7. Yeah, not a lot. This can be sold for 275. Boom. And then I need those. These can be sold for 175. No, 125. Yeah, we'll try that. Alright, now that I have that, I open up the shop. And this will be the first episode. At the end of this day, we'll calculate the money that we made, and then we'll cancel, we'll stop this episode. Move on to the next. Alright, that got sold. Time for this to get sold. And this is worth less. How about 5? Those are not worth a lot, but that's not where I make my money. I make my money in those. And now I can do this. Boom. 825. Now I have enough to buy both shops. I may just buy the potion shop because I don't need the armor shop right now. Alright, so 7's a little too high, so I'll drop it down to 6. And then... yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to sell, so... I'll try to sell what's on the table there. Alright. This song, oh wow, that's a steal. Uh-oh. So Golem Dungeon, let's find out where that fits. Oh yeah, see we're at 175. Ooh, I probably could have got 200 for it. Whatever. Alright, you'll buy that for 10? Worth. I only have one more thing to sell. Hey, you'll buy it. That's all that matters to me. Alright, sold. Let's close up shop. Look at that. Alright, everyone. I think that's going to call it for this episode. We ventured into the mines, or the dungeons. We had our first successful day of business. Made 1,355 gold. Not the most I've ever made on the first day, but that's okay. It's a decent amount. It's enough to get us started for sure. We have 2 chests back here. I'm going to go ahead and read this. And go into the... You know what? Let's not end it there. Let's show you what the dungeons look like, and then we'll end it. I'm going to try to keep these episodes short. You may see jumps in how far I am, because there's a lot of grinding. There's a lot of going into the dungeons, leaving, dropping off items, going back into the dungeons, fighting more things, leaving, going back into the dungeons, and then selling and selling and selling, and then going back into the dungeons before you ever get to another dungeon. Today marks my first steps into this mysterious dungeon. They were discovered not far from Rhinoka, a small and incredibly charming village just north of the crater. And they are quite a unique occurrence. Any number of adventurers may enter a dungeon at once, but no one will adventure together. These dungeons seem to build themselves around the one entering. A unique maze for each person. Never the same labyrinth twice. There you go. One must ask, though, if no one is currently inside the dungeon, does it even exist? Now these are the questions. Many right now are flooding to these dungeons for their treasure, completely disregarding the inherent danger of the hostile creatures inside, just for some gold, some fame. But not I, no! It's all about the questions for me. Where do these dungeons come from? Why do they constantly shift and change? And why are they filled with unseen treasures? I'm not here for the what, I'm here for the how and the why. Oh boy. Yeah, see? See? All those items. Freaking lost. Lost. All of it. Gone. All that stuff I just did. All that hard work. This is why I don't play on hard. It's so hard. And you know what's worse? Is I had healing potions. I had healing potions that I could have healed myself with. And you know what? I didn't. And I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Cool. We found the health. There's always a health pool. Why? Why do our tools keep disappearing? Chambers full of precious stone are left untouched, but rooms and chests holding our most basic tools keep vanishing. Oh, hello. Never seen this. Oh, what? He just blew it up! So, I was attacked by a moving rock today. Can you imagine? A rock that moves! I did what any sensible person would do in this situation, and smacked it right back! It shattered upon the ground, leaving behind a stone heart. Core, as we have come to call it. It's one of the many useful treasures that can only be found in this dungeon, dropped by a guard, unique to only this dungeon. I have to say, each of these dungeons have a very particular environment, a culture all its own. Oh my god! He kills chests! They are like moths to the flame, I tell ya. These adventurers, so many attracted to the dungeons, so many to only feel the burn. Luckily, if you pass out in the dungeon from exhaustion, or pain, it spits you out, eventually. It's a messy ordeal, no one really knows what happens, but one eventually wakes up outside the dungeon, with only small traces of slime nearby and, well, any injuries they may have accumulated inside. Yes, some have left the dungeons to never return, but plenty have stuck it out. Many enjoy the thrill of the fight, many looking for that big payday. There really is so much more to these dungeons now. I'm gonna grab this. This is one of the strange devices that creature dropped when he fled. This one's rich, actually. Almost quite literally rich. For every item you place into this device, gold of some perceived value drops out. It's great if you need to use your pendant in a pinch. The device looks like a mirror, so I'm just gonna call it the mirror, keeping it simple. I do wonder, though, where do the treasures dropped inside go? And am I getting the best deal here? No, you're not getting the best deal, obvi. I did it! Yay! Now I can take items and I can put them in there. It sells for... the cheap items sell for 1. And there are some that'll give you like 68 or X amount. Oh, cool. Let's go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I'm out of here. Alright everyone, that's gonna be it for this episode. I'm gonna finish it off there. I think we had a lot of fun adventures. Oh, look, my egg is hatched. We had a lot of fun adventures. And I think now it's time to call it quits. Let's just go ahead and sleep. Alright, this episode is running a little long. I'm going to try to make the other episodes quite a bit shorter. which means I'm probably going to have to talk sparingly and specifically. Alright everyone, if you like this video, please hit that like button so I know you liked it. If you want to get notified when I come out with more videos, you know, obligatory, hit that subscribe button, blah blah blah, you know the drill. I really do want you to do it. I just also understand that you guys hate listening to it, so do the thing if you want to do the thing down below. Don't do the thing if you don't want to do the thing down below. Sound good? Alright, I love every one of you. Even the ones that hate me, I still love you. Kill hate with love, my friends. Well, so long. Thanks for all the fish.